lucky though.
I'm not racist, lol. I know so many Albanian. They aren't.
But you have good and bad in all. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's stop.
but I gotta go. But I'm gonna go.
Wait,
I'm
wait.
definitely
Okay.
gonna follow you. But
The
I'll definitely
question.
give you a call.
Okay, I got a question right now. Somebody was asking why is it wait. Why some African American think that they are not natives? So I guess this
Yeah,
person.
a lot of African Americans are
No,
actually Native
no.
American.
Let him. No, let him.
Well,
For the clip.
most, I guess, some
He's.
blacks might have been born here through slavery. Other ones might have been born from the Caribbean. Then their families immigrated here, and then they become they're Americanized that way. But I mean, I guess maybe through the slave trade, some were brought over here,
Okay.
and some come over here. They immigrate over here, and so forth. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Like
not.
any other culture.
I think. Wait. Let me see. Is he here? The person who asked the question. I don't know if he's here because he wanted to ask. He wanted to know.
What that guy in that comment meant was a lot of black people in America do ancestry tests and they actually find out that they're Native American, not Dominican
Oh, yeah,
or blah blah blah. That's what he means.
Yeah.
A lot of blacks, because slavery, you have blacks who are, they have some European in them, Native American Indian. You have people who are like from Jamaica, but they have Chinese ancestry, Indian ancestry. A lot of people and a lot of blacks are mixed with whole different other cultures and races.
True.
That's not a surprise at all.
All right. True.
Because
All
of
right.
slavery and so forth.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the
To
clip.
add to what I said before, you said how do people blah blah like question the government and people just need to be more in line with themselves and with God and not drink alcohol and suppress their mind with things like drugs and sports and that's what we're
Okay.
conditioned.
I understand. You said no drinking alcohol. Do you drink alcohol yourself?
No. I did smoke marijuana up until about a month ago, but my life has flipped upside down since I stopped.
Okay. Because I thought the last time we talked, which was like over a week ago, you were telling me that you were having some sort of liquor.
Oh no, I had a Jack Daniels hoodie.
Oh, Jack Dan. Oh, Jack
I shouldn't be
Daniels.
supporting the brand, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's cool about it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. If you don't wanna, if you have the shirt, the hoodie on you, then it's kind of like, yeah, shaky.
To me, it's almost like irony, but it's
All right, Spice.
something I don't care.
Okay, then let's get back to the topic, y'all. Let's get back to the topic. So I don't know if you guys who've seen the football match. It was mutilated jeans.
But racism will never stop.
Say okay, go ahead. Why? Let's get the likes up, yo. Let's get to 1K.
Say never.
Why?
Aren't we racist ourselves to watch each other?
But there's a
Because racism happens everywhere, not only.
It doesn't mean it'll never stop. We just need to go to the next evolution as people. Maybe we'll all look the same by that point, but
okay.
I don't think it'll never stop.
Yeah, but
It will never stop.
okay. But what makes you say that though? Why?
Why? Eventually, it will stop. Of course.
Okay.
So long there is humans on Earth, it will never stop.
Okay.
That's it.
So basically, you're saying that humans are the one to keep it going, basically.
Exactly. Some
Okay.
some have experience, maybe because they were punched by another guy with another color, right? So racism will never stop, man. It don't matter where. All over the world.
Okay, but okay, I understand. But tonight we're talking about that racism and football because just yesterday there was a big match. This big football match. It was against
Real Madrid.
exactly Real Madrid versus what was that other?
Benfica.
Yeah, exactly.
Benfica.
Yeah. So here's what happened. Real Madrid was playing a football match in the UEFA. So it's United so it's Union of European Football Association. That's what it stands for.
Champions League. Champions League.
Champions League. Better yet.
Mhm.
So during the match, if for people who don't know who Vini is, during the match as Vini just scored a goal, everybody were basically the Argentinians, they were pissed off. And a guy from the Argentinian team, which is the name I cannot put his first name, Prestianni.
Benfica. Benfica is from Portugal.
Yes, exactly. So okay. Yes, he's from Portugal. Yeah. So okay, speak on it. What are your thoughts about it so far? Because you've seen
But that's normal thing in football. It is now that you see it in the headlines that something is happening to somebody who is playing for. But it is not new. The thing is that the people who are doing it, they have a lack of education about black people. And they have a lot of hatred. I don't know why, but it is coming from the history we know.
true.
It is nothing new, but we see it now more and more because the news, what we're getting is very fast.
True.
Exactly.
You're right. Because Benicio, JR, I understand what you mean. It's nothing new. But the fact of the matter is that it's still happening and it's happening just so much in our faces. It's like so unacceptable. 2026. But the reason why I decided to talk about it as well is because Vinicio, he has a lot of controversy, which we're gonna find out, but more of different areas or different times, moments that this happen also. But first, I want to get you guys talk. Go ahead,
Because
Masi.
he's speaking out, he's not silent. So the people who are speaking out, they are gonna get a lot of arguments about it. But he's one of the players who is really speaking the truth. And you know, if you're speaking the truth, you're the first one who's gonna get some slaps.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's true. That's one thing I've recognized.
He's a hero in the soccer because we know that a lot of soccer players. It happened also. I don't know if you know Clarence Seedorf from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
He was a big player, but he had the same thing, but he was always quiet about it.
Yeah, same with Mane, same with this. We're gonna also see a part with Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry, we used to go through it also. He's
Players.
yeah.
All players.
We are going through that. So if you
Starts-
to play
It starts, yes, it starts even with Pele when he
Pele.
was a young kid.
I mean,
right?
yeah, with Pele, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. But the fact of the matter is that it happened just yesterday is like so surreal that it's they saying that they were supposed to do let's say an investigation, and I'm like, okay, why? Okay, they're gonna do the investigation, sure, but then what's gonna change? And I also found out what happened.
People on top of the UEFA.
Okay, so we're getting preliminary thoughts out there. Let's give Jay. Jay, what's up? What's in your mind? Jay Gaspi. Jay, let's get the likes up. Okay, let's move to Rina. Jay is not ready. Rina, what's on your mind?
Racism, right?
No, give me a chance.
Yeah, but we'll come back to you, Jay.
Hello?
We'll come back to you. Give me a moment. Rina, go ahead. So, do you know what is going on, Rina? Okay, let's go back to Jay then, because Rina is go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so first of all, your prompt there, the Portuguese flag, even though Pilastri or whatever his name is, plays for Benfica, a Portuguese club, he's an Argentinian. And I think that is the big issue with this situation here.
Okay.
If you notice, when the goal went in, it wasn't only the young 20-year-old Argentinian who ran at Vini. it was also Otamendi, the captain of Benfica, who is also Argentinian. Whenever these problems arise, let's not forget when they had the Copa America in the United States and Argentina had won it, they were singing a song about the French national team, and Enzo Fernandez, the captain of Chelsea, was recording it and posting it on Instagram. The big thing here is that why is it that Argentinian players feel that it's second nature to attack players of color? And when we say players of color, they don't talk to Rafinha they don't talk to Rafinha of Brazil, the same place as Vini Jr., because Rafinha is light skinned, but Vini is black. So they want to insult him because he's a good player. For me, the big thing is these Argentinian players are always being racist. Always.
Okay.
All German have it. They are all
Argentinian
German.
players have always been. Can I answer that question?
Go ahead,
But
Sabina.
most Argentinians are related to Europe.
Zionism.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay, Rihanna. What's in your mind? You
For
get
that.
Exactly.
what's in your mind, Rihanna?
You're right.
The problem is that Argentina has always promoted racism when it comes to especially African and black players. They've done that for a very long time, and it is due to the support of, I don't want to say it, but the small hat people and the fact that they have a connection with the small hat people. It's been going on for a long time. Same thing what was going on in AFCON right now. How the Moroccans were treating the Senegalese players and how they were being extremely racist towards them. So it's not something new and it's not something that's gonna stop. The only way it's gonna stop is if people don't go and play in those countries and they boycott and they stop promoting playing in those countries and they stand up for their rights. That's the only way to stop any type of racism. It's pretty simple. And Argentina has a long history of being racist towards people of color. It's not just about soccer and sports. It's just in general. It's indicted within them due to the connections that they have with a certain side of politics. And I don't want to mention it because I don't want to get this live banned. So yeah.
Yeah, then okay. So, all right, guys, we don't have we know how to talk, so we have to keep our conversation just normal, as if you would be talking to a basically keep your conversation clean as possible, not as much as possible, just keep it clean. Bottom line, the towel.
Can I say something?
What do you want to say, Crown?
See, all the people that do all this Jewish hate and blah, 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 they think it's the Illuminati. No, it's not. It goes much further than that.
Okay.
And it literally says in the Jewish Talmud, for the Antichrist, aka their Messiah, to come back, they must stand alone as a nation.
Okay.
So please stop the Jew hate.
All right.
Go
Okay.
after the bankers and the Swiss and the people who are actually behind it.
Going after the Z word and going after actual Jewish people is two different it's two different type of political sides. Okay, so what people are doing, people are not hating on Jewish people. We're not doing that. What people are hating on is the Zeals, what they're doing and how they're spreading hate amongst just people. And
Okay, hold on, guys. We're getting too far. Hold on. Let's take it one step at a time. This is not. I mean, I do understand you guys are going that far, but I wanna keep it directly focused on this. Okay. Sorry, I just swiped. Yeah. Well. What do you mean you just swiped? Okay. So we're just getting warm up, y'all. Now we're getting warm up. So first preliminary thoughts. And then we're gonna dive deeper. But first, I want to give everybody a chance to express their ideas first, and then we're gonna go deeper into it. JK.
Jake Jetson, just like
Yeah.
Jake Jetson.
Yeah. What's in your mind? I don't know why this guy keep coming here. Okay. All right, Austin. Okay, guys, look, when I mute you, don't mute yourself, okay? Keep the mute button on. Just don't mute yourself. Just hold on. Okay, so we also have a video because some people might not have seen what went on, but most importantly, the direction that I want to take this is more of the hate part. And I do understand there's a lot of people who are actually practicing it, but I want to focus on the hate part and how it can actually also be taking place in the workplace itself, our jobs and the places that we go to work. All right. So for they believe we are less than. Okay, so let's see. They are passed from FIFA hate. It's not really just. All right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Keep yourself muted. So I got a video here to play. Give me a moment. Because this video is gonna illustrate how this entire thing started for people who are watching on YouTube, how it all started.
Amongst Benfica players, you can hear the reception he's getting from the crowd. He has been booked. Mbappe, World Cup winner himself, finding Vinicius Junior. Oh, that is back.
So basically, Vini Junior scored a goal, and he's celebrating.
Lit up the Estadio de Luz. We've been waiting for a breakthrough. Looked as though it was going to take something special.
You know what I found was interesting as well? Even from the very... They made... Did you guys saw that Vini Jr., for those who watched the match, did you guys saw that he got a yellow card? Because it's been so long since they didn't really like the fact that he celebrates his goals after the fact. Every time he celebrates his goal, he gets a card. And I found it so interesting that while he was celebrating the goal by the corner area, the people were throwing or chunking water bottle or just throwing stuff at him and at all of them, and it was like seeming like it's okay. They did nothing really about that. Well, Mas, what did you think about this situation? Or anybody wanna speak on it? Even Russia got punished.
Yeah, man, I want to say something about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
He has a lot of also a lot of his own supporters. So in that way, maybe he can think about also racism people and go to the other side of to celebrate the goal. So that is one thing what Vinicius can do about those things, because I don't think it's very nice for the Benfica supporters to have somebody to celebrate it when you can celebrate it at your own corner. So that is one thing. But to throw the bottles to him, that is something else. That is a lot different, of course.
Yeah, just like what Avocative is saying, because FIFA allows it. FIFA allows it. I do understand. Okay, he scored a goal on the opponent's goal. Is he supposed to basically come out or just walk from one end of the field, go to the other end of the field to celebrate? Can't he just celebrate wherever he wants to? And
no, the supporters of your own are on the other corner, so you need to celebrate it with your own supporters.
Okay, like that.
So what is the point to celebrate it with the Benfica supporters? Because you make them angry, because they are already angry because you scored, and then you escalate the thing. So you need to learn also to de-escalate as a soccer player.
Okay. I mean, okay, so now you put in the emphasis or the responsibility on the player itself.
Yeah, you have responsibility as player as well.
Okay, true. All right. So what about you, Crown? Any ideas about that? We have always been disciplined while they act like children with no respect. That is true, Rina. Crown, you have anything you want to
add? To what subject, sorry? Sorry, I'm getting tied up in these comments.
Okay. No, to the same thing that I just asked. But do you watch football, by the way, Crown?
Yeah. From British, I got it.
Okay. So how do you feel about that? Because Vini usually celebrates his goals, and a lot of the time during this match specifically, he was celebrating the goal and he went to the corner of the opponent's team, and they were throwing a lot of different things at them. And I find that it was like, okay, why is that something that is allowed? And fact of the matter is the reason why he also got I think he got a yellow card because he was celebrating. And like what do you feel about this situation? Did you saw the highlights or watch the full game itself?
Not the full game, but I did see the clips.
Yeah. So what
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's all. I feel like they want to push racism, and that's why it's allowed. Like someone in the comments was saying, it's FIFA. It's the media speaking on it. If we think about racism every day, like if I see a news article about racism every day, that's going to play on my mind, and I'm going to start thinking, why are people racist towards this group, and I'm going to start to get hateful towards it.
Okay.
Whether I'm being hateful in a racist way or why are people racist, it's building hate.
Yeah, true. It's to keep. I understand what you mean. It's like to create the same cycle of the sameness.
You're desensitizing your mind and you're building patterns.
Yeah. But one thing is for sure, Vini always basically stand up for himself and always,
It's always him that has the racism problems at the minute, I swear.
Okay. I understand what you're saying. You say racism problem. How is it a problem? Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, I'm not saying he's not got any right to, but it's always him being reported. It's always him that's got the biggest stories about racism in football at the minute. It's
Yeah.
always him, I swear.
Yeah. And you know what they say also, the reason why he's like this is because first thing first, when you are a winner, a lot of the time people just gonna hate for whatever reason. And the fact that he scored the goal and he's the one who's been scoring a lot of goals, and people are gonna hate him regardless. And one thing about him as well, he's been very outspoken to explain, to talk about exactly what's going on, while other people are just basically, they keep quiet. They are not talking about it. So that's maybe other people might be experiencing it, but just not saying anything, and that's the difference too.
Maybe that's hand in hand, though. Maybe other players know, like, if I start putting this in the news and letting people know that they can get to me, this could become a real issue. This could become every game that I'm getting called something or having fans do this to me, and it's because they know it'll get to me.
Yeah, true. But so what is the alternative? You saying that he shouldn't do anything about it? Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all so many different instances. This stuff, it's all different in every situation.
Okay. Yeah. But I can I get a I can
Hey, good night. How are you all?
read the Greek good. How are you doing?
Also good. I was following the match yesterday, and I was like looking at the altercation between Vini Junior and Prestianni. But like,
Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, y'all.
Vini Junior was accusing a lot of people about racism, huh? But is there any proof that Prestianni really said what he said, or do we believe only what Vini said? You know?
Okay. Then what are your thoughts then?
I don't know. I because of the shirt, I don't know if he really said that what Vini accused Prestianni of, but maybe it is. But I don't have any proof that
Yeah.
he said that. You know?
Okay, I understand. But don't you find it's kind of like strange or suspect that he basically Prestianni had to raise his shirt like this in order to say what he wanted to say to him, while he could have just
Yeah, but he could say everything. Like maybe he said other things, not what he accused him of. You know?
yeah.
That's the same. Everyone in football knows that trick. Like, you cover your mouth if you're giving tactics or saying something. And
Yeah, you don't want people to hear.
Yes, heard it. So there's no doubt about it that he said that.
No.
Yeah, I'm not doubting it, but
And what did he say? What did he say?
Oh, I mean, look. We're gonna argue. If we're gonna argue about what he said, we're gonna spend the entire night here just assuming. But the fact of the matter is that he said something that he shouldn't be said. Because think about it. If you have scored a goal, all eyes are on you, and you are in the heat of the moment. You're just so enjoying the fact that your team is winning. To just assume that somebody just said something that is out of the blue, that would be the last thing on your mind.
exactly.
It's not like he's just scored a goal and then he's like, okay, let me listen to who's gonna say something racist. Then he must have been in that moment like feeling so good, and then somebody said something like that. He's like, it's like giving him a jerky reaction.
Okay, I don't like racism in football. I don't like it, but I a little bit like Vini Junior. I don't like his attitude.
Okay.
Every time he's playing, there's always something. And he's accusing everybody of something. Don't get me wrong. I don't. What Prestianni did is not good. If he did that, But yeah, it's like always like problems with Vini Junior, with everybody. I don't like.
Good evening.
Okay, no, hold on, Hassan. Okay, Hassan, give us a minute. So I want to ask you this. You say I've seen this. I do understand it. Everybody, there's a lot of people who doesn't like his attitude. Is it really though that every game he plays, or he's been the one who's been the most outspoken so far? I'm talking to you.
Vini is a very good player. He's like he's got a good performance. Like he's a good footballer, but he's always like accusing people, getting mad with people, accusing people, and it's not like a humble player. Who just plays games and don't looking for just having a good time and be good with your people and be
Okay.
a good winner or a good loser. But I don't like. I always got something like he tries to fight with people. Looking for like a battle every time. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, and I understand exactly what you're saying. But the fact of the matter that also what you are saying is that when even his coach was talking about it, you say that he's always looking for, let's say, for fight. He's talking, saying he has a trick that he says that he does. He says, "I'm gonna pass you," or he explain what he's gonna do or his play to the player before he does it. So basically, people think that is bragging. But if I'm playing a match with you and I'm saying I'm gonna go to the right, I'm gonna be able to pass you to the right. Is that really a bad thing though? If you know you are so confident in your game, you've been playing this game for your entire life.
No, I don't talk about that. I mean,
Okay, then
like,
be specific. Can you be
he was
specific?
playing one example. He was playing against Kimi, Bayern München versus Vini, Real Madrid, and he was like had a battle against Kimi, and like Kimi was giving him the ball, and he threw the ball. He says to Kimi like pick it up like this, and that kind of behavior. I don't like that kind of behavior because.
If it's possible, can I also give my opinion? I'm listening to you guys.
Oh yeah,
The
go ahead,
problem now-
Hassan. Go ahead, Hassan.
Yeah, the problem now is we are changing the subject. The problem is, okay, the main question is, can we justify what the player said to Vinicius because Vinicius is character?
No, you can never justify it.
Wait.
If he said
Okay.
what he said, you can
Let-
never
let him
justify
finish.
it.
Yeah,
Let him finish.
if he said what he said, and I believe that he said it because Mbappe was next to him.
Exactly.
He also confirmed what he said, and Mbappe, with his status, how big he is, he will never lie.
Exactly.
Like it's possible, but the chance is very small.
Very small.
Because he want to take this risk for another player to lie with him. Okay. The problem is, okay, if it doesn't justify what he said, we shouldn't change the subject, because if we change the subject, we are doing what also Mourinho did, to be honest.
because Mourinho, his reaction after the game, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but the coach of his with his status shouldn't reply like that.
And
It's
what?
like you're justifying the action.
Okay, how should we attack this? What are your? So I
We
think.
shouldn't change the subject.
Well,
Like,
okay, change
Vinicius
this.
as a person, because I can give you many examples of other players who were like Vinicius or maybe worse, like Diogo Costa, Pepe, more players. But the only difference is they don't have the color that Vinicius is. So it's not about the character; it's about the color.
Sure.
100% sure.
True. Yeah, because again, Mbappe wouldn't risk his reputation just to say, well, you heard him say that, and just like this. It's really crazy that people
Yeah,
are just
he gave also a statement to the player. I don't want to call his name, but he gave also a statement that he didn't say that.
Prestianni.
Yeah, I don't want to say. I know. He looked like Enzo Fernandez, to be honest. But,
No, he's Argentinian player. Argentinian.
I know. But the thing is, he gave a statement. He said, yeah, he understand me wrong, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, he hid his mouth with his t-shirt.
true.
So it means he said something bad. But
Exactly.
he never said what he said. So if he said something else, why he didn't clarify this?
It's not like he put. It's not like he put it and like he hide his mouth to say good.
Beautiful goal, man. So
Exactly.
beautiful.
Exactly. It's not like he's trying to compliment Vini and his goal. Nothing like that.
He also didn't give any other explanation.
Yeah.
Okay, what actions do FIFA have to do now against these actions?
Actually, I have the answer to this. Actually, they have, because they were supposed to be doing let's get the likes up, y'all. They were supposed to be doing an investigation. Actually, they already made a decision from what I can see. They said I have this article here that says what happened. I'm gonna read just a few lines of it so you guys can hear. Let me pull it up quickly. So let's move to Rams. Rams, what are your thoughts?
Yo, what's up? How you doing? First things first, you good?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Yeah,
Good.
I literally just saw this on my feed right now. I was watching it. Number one, bro, you're not covering your mouth if you got nothing but good to say. You know what I mean? Like, it's so obvious he said something crazy, because it would ruin his PR if he said it and then people can make what he said when they look at the lips, right? Even if you can't hear it. So
Yeah.
of course he's gonna cover his mouth if he's gonna say something. You know what I mean? It makes sense, and it's just crazy to see. Like, if you saw, did you see the corner where a water bottle hit his arm? People was just mocking him, saying crazy stuff. It's getting out of control. But for a player at that high level to be racially abusing, and like obviously I know people might be like, there's no 100% proof he said something, but the way that Mbappe reacted and all the players did, I'm pretty sure he said something. I don't think they're gonna get that mad for no reason. So
I agree with you. Yes, I also saw I analyzed it. I went back to the videos and I checked what the first reaction of the players. Like Camavinga, to be honest, he didn't really reply or something. He looked like confused. But Mbappe, how the player said something to Vinicius, he immediately, like, he was in shock. He looked to the referee and he looked back to the player, and he was also angry on the player. So the first reaction is not. It's very hard to act it. It's like out of it's his nature.
Sure.
So I believe what Mbappe said. So because of his reaction in the game.
yeah, exactly. That's not a normal reaction. So I think if you got a player that's, playing dirty like that, and he's breaking down, he's trying to break down someone's character, I think they should just ban him for a couple of games. I mean, that's what you're getting onto now, I think, right? Well,
Yeah, they were saying that they're gonna ban him for 10 games because they were supposed to run an investigation to find out exactly what happened. But apparently, even though they talked to Mbappe, to the entire team, but I'm not sure how recent this one is, this new updates, but it's supposed to be today after so what the decision that they have made, it's published today. It says, after racist controversial Benfica moved to defend Prestianni. So meaning amid the racist case involved Prestianni against Vicini, Vinicio. Wait, make this a bit bigger. Or Vini, which led to a 10 minutes interruption. We know that already. And the footage released by Benfica, the movement when the two football players. Okay, let me see. Let me get to the bottom line. Okay, the Benfica defense argued focus on the distance between the athletes. The club claimed that as the image show given to the distance, the Real Madrid players did not hear what they are claiming to heard, suggesting it would be impossible for Vini's teammates to have heard any offense. Impossible. So how would they know if it's impossible if they are off the field themselves? They're just making a. So yeah. So basically,
You know what it is? I'm just very happy that he did that goal because that goal was insane.
true.
So it's like a nice little just. You get me? Like if you're gonna chat rubbish about me, no problem. Let me.
And that's where Vinny's frustration is probably starting because they're at the top level of the sport, and this guy's still being racist instead of worrying about how he's playing the game. That's why Vinny is where he is, and that guy is playing for Benfica.
True.
But I don't play for Benfica. But
Very young guy. I don't get it.
He's the young guy. He's 20 years old or something.
How
Yeah.
much?
20, because he played with Argentina.
no, I just turned 21. I'm well aware of that. Is not right.
No, but like, I think they have to ban him for life because if he don't do this, if they ban him only for 10 games, you will see that still people are gonna like do this kind of actions, you know?
Yeah.
Because look, imagine. I was gonna say, you know, the team, right? Obviously, the fans look up to the team. Like if you're supporting that team, you're gonna look up to the players.
Yeah.
So if they see that the player is able to say something crazy like that and get away with it, then they're gonna keep saying it in the stadium as much as they want because that's who they look up to. It's a very bad representation.
True.
A very bad role model.
And also with the water
is there any
and
proof?
just throwing
Is there
things
official-
and just
like,
throwing things inside the field and throwing things to it. They even hit Benny with a water bottle. How is it that and they were sticking up the middle finger, y'all? Like the camera caught that, and I'm like, okay, let's say they are mad because sometimes when Benny scores, he's really just happy and he was opening his hands and basically just celebrating. Are they not supposed to celebrate a goal that they have made anymore?
But
Everyone does it. Everyone does it.
But Super Life, why is it? I'm now like, how do they call it? I'm not gonna say something. What was shock people, but because when this happens to a white man, if somebody calls a white man something, it wasn't like a big deal like when it's happening with somebody like Vini, you know? Do you know why that is? You know?
Well, that's not what we're talking about. First of all, it didn't happen. Secondly, and okay, look, if the situation happened, then I might talk about it. But the fact of the matter is that's not what happened. So we're not gonna be assuming why when it happened. If you can bring me a situation like this that is recent, that has happened like recently, then
There was one white guy. He was like getting insulted by another guy about his how he looks like.
okay.
And after that, it wasn't like a big deal like now, you know. They give him like a one match suspension or something, and
Okay, there you
it
go.
wasn't like a worldwide news, you know.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, you know, but the problem with Vinny is this has happened a lot. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember like a while back, the crowd was like making monkey sounds and stuff like that every time he goes in
Exactly.
the corner. It's,
And
It's not good. It's not good.
Not only that though, not only that, they were calling him monkey. They were saying eat a banana. They were so rude to
That's
him.
not good. That's not good if people do that. That's not
Yeah,
The funny part
they do
is
it.
that white people are closer to monkeys than black people. Monkeys have white skin, not black skin.
You know, Crown. Exactly, Crown.
Punishing them.
Crown is smart
Cutting
because
them off from playing for a bit isn't punishment. They should stop his wages. They need to stop his money going in for a little bit. That'll make him work. Not stopping him play. He'll
Exactly.
just sit on his couch and think these people are idiots, man.
And he's
Still
getting
think
paid.
he's right. Not letting him play won't do nothing.
Yeah.
You gotta cut the wages.
Yeah, because
This is
I think even in NFL they do something like this. They will fine them. They will give the players a fine if they act, you know.
Even the fines are joke, man. You give a player that makes 500k a week a 20k fine or something, like they're laughing realistically. Just
Yeah.
stop his wages for a bit, man.
Yeah, but the fines also shows that it's like it shows a history of bad behavior as well, you know.
Yeah.
Rather than just they can give them a fine. They can also put them on the bench because that shows that okay, this person, when it comes to the public persona of how they actually behave, they're not gonna be they're gonna be a brand risk rather than a good, you know, a resource for the brands. So that's something, you know, the fines. I mean, I do understand they don't want to take their players to push them to the side indefinitely, but they need to do something about this because this guy Vini is no amateur. He has worked all his life for this.
And it's crazy, right? Because the intelligent, like the way this guy covered his mouth on purpose, just so that he doesn't get caught on camera. It's like he's thinking of the best way to say something racist without.
He already knows the consequences, basically, and he doesn't.
Yeah, he had to be sneaky. He just sneaky. And I don't know if you guys look at the pictures. Even in his eyes, he looks guilty. When he's like really he's really shocked that he said it, but he's like, okay, I just gotta say it. But again, the fact that he had to go through this, and it's just silly though. I think the bottom line is that they are afraid, not afraid, but they just hate the fact that Vini is so good, that Vini is able to score a goal, and they lost. Some people just basically are so losers. It's like them.
It's mad, right? Because it's like, especially the fact that it comes from another player. Because if it comes from fans, it's like, fans are crazy. They say all sorts of rubbish stuff. But from a fellow player, it's just proper disrespectful, isn't it? It's like...
Yeah, proper disrespect.
The thing is, if I went and said a racist comment to somebody in the street right now, I'm going to be charged for a crime.
Yeah.
Like, these people don't get that sort of, like, that's why I don't think a little fine or time off is... I don't think it should be criminally charged, maybe, but it should be something that should really teach them.
All right, then what would you suggest then? I'm curious to hear your thoughts, Crown. What should be...
cut off if that was my club, I would cut off his wages for like 3 months at least.
Okay. That would basically shape him up for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cut off his wages, and perhaps if he got brand deals to give him some limit when it comes to his brand deals. Because that's true, because once you hit them with their pockets, then they'll surely feel it. But just giving them a moment to just really sit down, relax on the bench, it's like their money is still going up. Unfortunately, it will never stop. You don't think you'll never stop? It's like lining up. Oh, okay, so you say just another way to influence the game very. Yeah.
It's crazy, right? Because even despite all of this, even getting a water bottle hit on the arm, Vini still goes for the goal, and it's crazy. You see?
Yeah.
Like that's the good part.
But
like I'm so happy he scored.
Yeah, I mean we have to admit it though. We have to admit it that when it comes to the football league, they create a hostile environment for players of the brown players or black players. They create a very hostile environment, and meaning for the things that they are allowed to happen. Because how is it that they're gonna allow the crowd to be throwing stuff? And I do understand you need to people gonna just basically act how they want, but still they have to really set a really strong example of this. Did you guys know Cherry and Harry went through the same thing also?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Really?
he's sharing. You guys can take a listen, but he's sharing his story based on what happened.
I can relate to what Vinicius Junior is going through. That happened to me so many times on the field. I talked about it so many times after games. I've been also accused of looking for excuses after game when that happened to me. So at times you feel lonely because it's going to be your word against his word. And so because we don't know what Prestianni has said, because he was very courageous because he put his shirt over his mouth to make sure that we're not going to see what he said. So clearly already you look suspicious because you don't want people to see or read what you said. Then the reaction of Vinicius is telling me that something not right happened. So we're going to have to wait to see what's been said because we still don't know. Vinicius can tell us his side, and Prestianni, I'm sure, will not tell us what he actually said, because I saw at one point it was Kylian Mbappe that confronted him, and he said to Kylian, I didn't say anything. Well, you must have said something at the very least. So where I go back to the sometimes it's lonely, and you feel like you...
Yeah, based on that, what you just said. Exactly. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
how would you say the wisest thing by if you are hiding yourself? I know suspicion doesn't really breed guilt. I mean, but it's a step closer to guilt, though.
Of course, bro. Why would you cover your mouth if
Yeah.
it's just like that action? It's funny, right? Because the action he tried to do to make him to hide the racism actually put him in the spotlight. Because I feel like that made it worse. Because now people are like, why were you covering your mouth when you're trying to talk to him? What were you trying to do?
Exactly. And then he's gonna even say what he actually said to him. It's like, bro, so you said something, but you don't even know what you're saying, but you had to cover your mouth to say it, though.
Yeah, it's like a coward. It's like you're being racist, but you're even more of a coward for trying to hide it as well.
His response was...
Makes more questions be asked too. Like, what was it?
Yeah, exactly. People want to know. Because, I mean...
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know, so...
Yeah. I mean, at this point, that's like the big question of today. What is it that he said?
I mean, the fact that the other players got that mad, it must have been something like serious, proper.
True. And a lot was happening within that just 10 minutes. So many people were just so angry. So many people were just out of it. That thing was both known and I didn't smash and you didn't hear. It was misunderstood. Okay.
You don't know what to do anymore because I've been in that situation. Vinicius has been in that situation. So many players have been in that situation. So we're in 2026 and still after a game like that where we're supposed to talk about his brilliant goal. And the only answer that he had is that goal they won by 1-0, and I heard him saying a la Madrid at the very end. But technically, you shouldn't be having to deal with the ref telling you don't go to the corner flag because that will incite the crowd. It's a corner. I cannot take my corner. Like, I can't go there also to take a corner just because people are thinking whatever they're thinking. As Mike has said, obviously they didn't have the info of what happened. But then suddenly he becomes the victim. He can't go and take a corner. What do you mean he can't go and take a corner? Why can he not stay there and play a short corner? Anyway, I can relate. And I can assure you, when that happens, you don't know what to do anymore. So he tried to walk out one time in Spain, if I remember well, away. Then another time, he tried to kick someone back because he had enough. Now he went to see the referee to tell him what happened. I've been there. The referee also told me I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, what did you guys think about the referee? Because the referee, I find the referee was basically looking for a reason to give him a card.
Yeah, that was so stupid because the celebration was not even like, it's just normal celebration, bro.
Normal celebration.
He just went to the flag and did a little dance. That's it. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. What? Because you're inciting the crowd? What do you mean? He scored a goal. Of course he's gonna celebrate.
Yeah. It's crazy though because it's football. Some people will be mad about the fact that he's scored a goal. Some people will be happy about it. So should he just appease to the one that are unhappy?
What's the thing? Of course, like, I'll be honest. If I was a player in that situation, of course not. I'm gonna celebrate.
Exactly.
Like every other, because you know why? You have to ask yourself this: if Argentina scored, would they do that? No. I promise you, as an Argentinian player, if he scored, I
Yeah.
promise you he wouldn't do the same thing. He would
Yeah.
celebrate in front of the people who are unhappy as well.
True. And how when did the game actually change? Because celebration used to be a big part of the game. That's how Cristiano Ronaldo developed the Sui.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that used to be a big part of like the signature move of the game. So why is it like now they are trying to make it so much like of a terrible thing though?
I think it's just with the evolution of football. Like it's became more where people like the high level players aren't having as much fun. Like before, it was like I don't know how to describe what I mean.
Yeah. But it's kind of changing because it's kind of changing the player's image as well, because if a player is normally like Vini all throughout his career, he's always been a guy who likes to celebrate or laughing, smiling, having a good time. So now all of a sudden he needs to change all of that. So what if, as fans, we typically like a person to keep let's say if, for example, for Vinny to keep his persona, to maintain his character, because these are not only that we want to watch the game, but we want to see basically what is he gonna come up with in terms of a celebration, because so we can actually celebrate with him. But now I find the referee was just too hypocritical about just him walking and then
Yeah, it's human nature. If you're being attacked, then you're gonna go and then do something good right after. You're gonna go rub it in someone's face.
exactly
Like just a little bit at least. Like it's human nature.
exactly yeah
If someone's
and
saying racial slurs to you all night long, you're gonna, if you score against the goal, you're gonna be like, yeah, what now? What?
yeah
You know what I mean? That's why I put my hands up and be like, what's the problem now?
exactly
If you're the prisoner, you're gonna want to escape, even though you're not wrong.
yeah, strange. All right, let's continue on with Thierry Henry.
You can see they couldn't do anything about it. They go and see people to try to see what they can do about it, as because they don't know what happened and what's been said, they cannot take action. But let's see how big of a man Prestianni is. Tell us what you said. You must have said something, because you can't go and say to Mbappe after, I didn't say anything. What do you mean I didn't say anything? So you cover your nose for what? You have a cold? It's a coward, man.
In case you weren't watching this game, you were watching one of the other games that we had going on live. Let's show you kind of how this all unfolded. It all was initiated and started here in this moment. This is Vinicius Jr. celebrating his goal that made it 1-0 for Real Madrid. And this is where we went from here. So this is the moment where we're seeing Prestianni pull his shirt up over his mouth, say something. You'll see.
That's the
Vini
first
Jr.
reaction now.
Immediately react, yeah.
And Kylian is nowhere near the situation, by the way. It's Vini that told him after what has been said. That's why Kylian was upset.
That's the sign that initiates the racism protocol that BM was telling us about.
Bro, now this has been happening so much that they have a protocol for it.
Wow, there you go.
Yes. So it's built in the match itself. It's like probably they look at it as a part of the drama of the match itself. I find if they're gonna add it like this as a drama, they should pay Vinny a lot more money, compensation, or do something that compensate for that level of hate that he's suffering, because that's basically hate crime when you look at it.
Like a bonus for because it's crazy to think, right, that there's a protocol for this stuff now. Like how far is it gonna go?
There is a
to the point where it's like, are they gonna have to like start wearing protective gear if people throw things like this? It's I don't know. It's wild.
I think back, to be honest, I think back in the day, I'm not sure if that was applicable. They wanted even for the players to wear some cameras, something, and
wow.
Yeah, I think back in the days they were trying to do something like this, but they were saying it could be a way also to, keep track of when players are being subjected to hate crime. But it just didn't go through. But again, Prestiani, he just tried to be very slick about it, and the way that he actually managed to do this. And yeah, it's pretty much a hate crime. All right, let's move forward.
And from that sign, what do you do? It's nice to do the sign. Okay, I can do the sign also. And then
Yeah, I don't, it'd be interesting to talk to Christina Uncle, wouldn't it, and find out
it's a
what
nice,
do they
nice sign.
actually do.
I like it. It's a nice sign. But what comes from that?
That was the moment that you were saying Prestianni said I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Mbappe.
I actually don't know anymore really, because the guy ended up being the victim at the end. Not being able to take a corner, don't go there, don't do this, don't do that. They're booing him. There's no way that if people understood what was happening on the field, if they've been told, they still were booing him. We saw at one point someone throwing a bottle on him, and you saw some guys in the stand that you're gonna see here, like realizing that he received the bottle, clapping. I don't know if you're gonna have the right angle. I saw it before. Some people are he's going to clap. Well done on the side. He was about to clap. Really? Regardless of whatever happened, you don't want to see anyone throwing a bottle at anyone anyway.
That's crazy.
I just, I told you I can relate, because you feel lonely. This is why I like the reaction of the Real Madrid players. Sorry, as you would expect that when you see a teammate in this type of situation, you're gonna believe him straight away. Obviously, I like the reaction, and the game was finished, and at the end of the day, yes, Vinicius scored, but once again, it's not something you want to see. Like I said to you, I'm gonna repeat myself. I've been in that situation. It's horrible.
Yeah,
and not being able to prove it. That's what when you can't even, like, he's gonna say no, obviously, whatever, regardless of what it is. He already said to Mbappe, I didn't say anything. What do you mean you didn't say anything? What did you cover your nose? You didn't say anything? I swear. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's so true. Because it's convenient, right? That he's gonna say, maybe you misunderstood what I said. Of course, because bro, you covered your mouth.
Exactly. Pretty much, very convenient. That is just all of a sudden, just like that. He can just say whatever, and that's the thing. But should they actually move forward by banning, if a player is on the field, he shouldn't be putting his shirt over his mouth, just for that situation to not happen again?
It's a tough one, right? Because if you're talking proof, unfortunately, there's not much proof. But it's a tough one, because it's like he's smart. He knows what he's doing, right? Like you said, by doing that, you're making everyone guess what you're saying. Like, they don't know what you said.
Yeah.
So it's like, those people that get away with crime, but like they've got a really good lawyer that hides the evidence, kind of that. So it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Very tough. Yeah, well, we'll see how it's gonna turn out. But his team is standing with him. I mean, that's something that we expected. I don't think his team would have just basically thrown him under the bus just like that. They would have stand by him. But one thing is for sure, when I look at the history of Vini, I've seen he's been very outspoken about it. Some people say it's controversial. Some people say that basically he's a crybaby and all of that. But I would say maybe these situations are actually happening to him, that they are legit, because there's been many times people have been found guilty of it. So meaning that he was not just like a wolf, he wasn't just like screaming wolf, and they weren't any wolf, because when this was 2025, May 2025, there were 5 people actually accused of that hate crime abuse towards him, and I think they had to pay a fine, and some people maybe was also suspended. So meaning that he is one of the person that has been very outspoken. And some might say, okay, what about the other players? Why did not say anything? Maybe it's not happening to them, one thing, or maybe they just say, because a lot of the time some people would just like say, oh, don't worry about that, like they just basically become immune to it and not give it too much attention. But Vini is one person that's actually even in the match, he just heard it. He didn't even think twice. He went directly to the ref to say, okay, this is what happened.
Clearly, it's not a misunderstanding if
Yeah.
you went directly to the ref straight away. And it's sad because like you said, yeah, I think in Spanish when you look at the videos, they were saying like black in Spanish and monkey in the Spanish word. They were breaking it down.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's easy, right, for people to say crybaby because yeah, you're not in that position, right?
True.
If you were in that position, high pressure player, you're trying to win for your team, and people are calling you monkey like 6 times, like, of course you're gonna be upset. It's
True.
not good to see.
Yeah, it's easy for people to just say yeah, exactly until it's happening to them. Until because like I was saying, this is a hate crime, and a hate crime is also can that's one section of it, but it can be, basically it's abuse targeted to an individual such as race, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or things that are causing profound, lasting psychological or just trauma. So it can happen to anybody in different areas. But the thing is, in this specific situation, is happening. It's more of a racial hate crime, and and a lot of the time, some people basically go. This hate crime goes basically unreported, or people just don't talk about him for many reasons. Might be afraid of retaliation, like these guys who probably and the team and his team, or these black guys who are not saying anything, or other cultures who are not saying anything about it because maybe they think nothing will be done because of it. If they even talk about it, nothing will be changed. Nobody will listen to them, and people maybe might mistrust them, just like what's happening to Vini. They start to say, well, he's a crybaby, he's controversial. But one thing's for sure, the guy, he performed on the field, and yeah, one thing is for sure, that's the main thing about the game. His performance is good, and at the same time, he still like to enjoy himself because he enjoying the sport. But again, he has zero tolerance for hate crime. I think that's what people need to actually start to see, because this is what it's about. A zero tolerance for him.
Yeah, exactly. It's there's only so much you can take, right? It's just not fair. And I can imagine, like, now imagine in his head, right? Imagine, because of the amount of hate he gets, especially for his skin, every time you want to take a corner, it must be like some psychological effect in his head, thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to go through this crap again. Oh, they're gonna throw more things at me. They're gonna call me a monkey. They're gonna call me this. That's. If it was me, I'd be scared to take a corner, because I'd be like, bro, every time I take a corner, I'm gonna have to deal with the same
True.
Issue.
True, exactly. Because you don't know if he's gonna get a concussion, maybe with a water bottle or whatever they're gonna be throwing at him, or it's kind of like nerve-wracking, to be honest. And I noticed while he was taking the corner, I know sometimes that happens, but he was taking the corner and one of his teammates was standing right next to him. If you'll be taking a corner, normally you just go in, you can take the corner yourself, but sometimes you can have your player. But in that specific situation, there was somebody right next to him. And the guy, he's just focusing on his playing his match. And then it's probably they need to find a way to reshuffle the people, the spectators. You know what I mean? Like, if they know, it's like they need to find a way. I don't know if that's gonna be something that they could do, though. Let's say people they know who are likely more aggressive, or who are likely gonna be in their feelings, to try to put them maybe on the middle of the seats, or somewhere that they cannot have access to the players as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe like make a section of the corner seat, like get rid of the seats there, or like make it so you can't sit. Yeah, exactly. Kind of make a gap.
Yeah. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Maybe, or like in the corners, so they can, because when it comes to the throw in, they can move around basically, but when it comes to the corner, you have to stay to take a corner ball. You have to stay in the corner itself, and that's where some players are more things can be thrown at them because they are in a place that they're not moving as much. But
No,
that would be
exactly.
something that they could do though. But again, they need to pay attention to the. I don't think the football league is gonna take any initiative or any action towards their fans because they want the fan to actually keep coming back and let them to be how they are. But Rams, what I was seeing, what I noticed
Yeah,
is that this situation reminds me of Spartacus. Have you ever watched it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like when they are fighting, sometimes people will be throwing food at them.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly.
It's like just like that. Like I mean, what really changed though? I mean, the sport is different, the time is different, it's a different era, but the actions and the behaviors are almost the same. But
Yeah, it's
yeah,
it's weird, and it's not a good look for these. I mean, like a lot of people are getting into the history of like Argentinians, and like saying that countries. I can't say that the whole of Argentina is racist. I think that's
no,
just crazy comment to say. Obviously, each person has his own kind of mental illness when it comes to that. But yeah, it's crazy how like it's evolved from like you could say open racism to now like these hidden things, right? Covering your mouth,
sure,
throwing a banana on a pitch. It's just crazy.
sure, sure.
It's like people are still trying to be racist, but in a way protecting the image at the same time.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, I mean, if
Something similar happened. I don't know if you remember. The Euros long time ago, years ago. Was it England versus Italy? Was it in the final? It was England versus Germany in the final. One of the finals, and it was a penalty shootout. And we had three players, right? Rashford and two others that were taking the pens. They're all black, right? All three missed.
oh
Oh
yeah,
my god! The things I was hearing that day,
oh
I
yeah,
genuinely called my friend who was from Nigeria, and I told him, bro, like go home, don't stay outside, because I'm seeing things here, like because that's the thing. The English fans were just starting to say like monkey and like, why did these miss? I'm looking at these guys like there's cameras all over the world. Like now they're just making England look terrible, bro. Like what are you doing?
yeah, exactly. And it sucks though. Like people, yeah, these people have no real loyalty. I mean, these people have no real loyalty because it's like one day they'll celebrate you because yeah you're winning, but the other day they'll just throw you under the bus because you're not performing the way that they want you to perform. It's
Exactly.
yeah, it's really a strange thing.
That's what they did with Diaz in Morocco when he
Oh yeah,
like obviously he missed the pen, but I'm like to everyone, he's the reason why he got to the finale because he's the one who's scoring all the goals. So
yeah,
without him,
exactly.
yeah, it's you can, and it's sad, right? Because as a colored person on football, you can either be everyone's hero or you can be everyone's villain very
Villain.
quickly.
Very quickly. A lot of the time, some people like argue how come these players or these people get paid so much. That's why. That's one of the reason why they get paid so much because with that much of hate, and when it's actually amplified, it is it is a sad thing to see, to be honest. It is scary because now not knowing that Vini, there's one thing's for sure, there's a lot of places that Vini could not go just because of
Oh yeah,
this.
yeah. Like I can imagine, unfortunately, if he was in Spain and he went to like a Spanish bar or something, like a
Yeah,
dodgy one, then
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but not only that, but there could be people who are just actively trying to find ways to hurt him. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, death threats. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just speaking out the fact that he don't find it okay that this is the way that he's being treated. Um, so look, when you were talking about the bottle, I think it is selective. It's a problem of selective outrage, basically.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
definitely provoked it. We all know Vinny. Okay, that's what I mean by selective outrage. He definitely provoked it. provoked. In what way did he do provoked it?
And how he was taking
How?
his corner and someone threw a ball in his arm. Like,
He provoked the bottle. Like
yeah, did he just go to someone and be like, yeah, throw it, go,
yeah.
my arm's here, go for it? What?
He definitely. So this is what I mean by selective outrage, because when the crowds are throwing things at him, so I mean, because the truth of the matter is the reason why they are selective outrage, the fan is different. Okay, who are you talking about then? Yeah. The fact of the matter is because a lot of these people, they are bad losers, but the players. So you saying that he provoked the players? From what I could see, okay, these guys they cannot actually manage their emotions. Provoking means okay. So if you're playing, when you're playing, he does. Okay, what did he say that he provoked them? Because one thing that we don't know is what the guy covered his mouth, what he said, and we also tell me what did he do to provoke them by scoring the goal. Is that what you mean?
Oh, by the way, you know why I don't think that's right? Because I don't know which player it is. There was a player that took his shirt off and must have showed him like a tattoo of him being the in the final like twice or something like that to his face. One of the players when he was like talking about his championship. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'll be honest. Historically, Argentinian players are quite aggressive.
Yeah.
Like if you've watched any game they play, they're very, very aggressive at times. So it's a tough one. I mean, for me, if you're gonna cover your mouth, bro, I think I don't really know if you're the one provoking it or it's him. Because
yeah, if you're gonna cover your mouth, we know. Okay, it's like the moment to say, "Oh shit!" Like, what are you up to now? But this guy said in the chat that he provoked him with mental games.
I mean,
so if somebody provoke you with mental games, so you're gonna be, what are you? Really?
I mean, that's still no. Even if that's true, I'm not gonna call the guy a monkey. Like that's so. It's like if I'm playing, I don't know, chess with you, and you're in my head and all that kind of stuff. I'm not suddenly just gonna be like, bring out the race card, because then you're gonna look at me like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's a different. That's a different thing. That's a different. Like, I mean, you see, like football has really changed. Now this is like, he has to. There used to be mental game or mind games to basically to distract the other player. So you can so you can make yourself, so you can make yourself more, so you distract the other player so you can play better than them, or so they can basically be distracted. So doing this is okay to call somebody a monkey. It's okay to racially to be racist towards someone. Is that what you're saying? I'll tell you, the truth of the matter is, this guy, he's always been like this. That's the fact. That's I don't know what he said, but one thing that I do know, it was not something good. So maybe he didn't call him monkey, so maybe he didn't say anything racial towards him. He could have said F you, for example. But that is still disrespectful. And a lot of the people are just basically big losers. They are so losers. That's the truth of the matter. Because
yeah, it's a cheap way to distract someone, like you said. Because maybe it's like, okay, let me get in his head and call him that so he doesn't play. But it doesn't matter because he scored anyway.
Exactly.
And if anything, I feel like it's a bad thing. But because he said this to him, it must have just woke up Vini. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna score a goal so good that's just gonna shut everyone up, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all talk shit, I will talk back. Okay. So okay.
But that's what he did in the football. He scored.
Yeah, but exactly. But the thing is, you have to understand. There's acceptable. Look, if me and Rams are talking shit, there's a level. There's a healthy level of talking shit. There's a no-go zone. Like, we each other wouldn't expect each other to go against each other's mother, each other's religion. You understand? There's a healthy level of, okay, there's a no-go zone. But now you're saying basically there shouldn't be no go, there shouldn't be any no-go zone. Everything is up for grabs.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's like bottom line respect, right? Anyone you
Yeah.
meet or anyone you talk to, you don't even have to be friends. There's just like a certain level of respect, like we all have on our heads, where it's like I'm not gonna go there because there's just
Sure.
there's no reason to go to that level ever, unless I don't know something crazy. It's just there's no reason. I guess there's just no
Yeah.
like even times I've had fights with people and I hate them, you know, I'll say like "fuck you," this, your beer, you get me, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'd never like dig into the race because then at that point I'm just gonna be like, bro, this,
Yeah.
like, why?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one way that you know someone cannot have an argument or cannot play the mind game, because if you have to go, basically break the FIFA rules, because there are clear rules that say you shouldn't do that. So not only that you're disrespecting the players, but you don't have no respect for the organization itself, and you don't have no respect for the entire for 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 the game, the love of the game as well, because this is what I mean. Like there's a certain level. You say it's competition, it's competition, respect, or not at all. What do you mean? Okay, competition, respect, or not at all. We can throw cheap shots without expecting something in return. Okay, cheap shots in what way? So you say competition, respect, or nothing at all? Okay, that's how you see it.
But I don't know. That's not cheap. That's just like
You say
it's
that's what I
scumbag.
mean.
I'll give you a great example. It's like
Yeah.
imagine you're boxing or you're doing MMA and you kick the guy in his balls, for example. That's like
That's a cheap
it's a cheap shot, right? It's a dirty way to play. Like cool, even if you won the round, no one's gonna respect you because you just look like a dirty player. Like it's,
Yeah. That's what this guy is basically arguing. That if
it's just dishonorable because it's like I don't
exactly.
wanna.
It's just
Yeah,
dishonorable.
It's
It's
just no need. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's for me. What benefit do you have of going to that place? There's no benefit. Like you think you're gonna go on the stage, call that guy a monkey, and be like, oh yeah, like that makes me look good. No, it just ruins. There's just no benefit to it. There's no benefit.
Yeah, and perhaps we don't know. Maybe in the future, but that's gonna be a controversial for this guy who actually said it, because again they don't know what he said and they don't know what he is. That's also a controversy for him at his early stage of this game of playing football as well.
Exactly. Now that's time stamped in his career.
Exactly.
Because now if everyone's gonna know him as the guy who covers his mouth. Like no one's gonna look at him for like his actual football or anything like that. It's crazy. It's just like you said, there's a certain level of disrespect, and normal people like us would not go down there because there's just no like situation where you would call someone that. Like I get people can be angry and they might slur it out by mistake or something like that, but for you to purposefully go to that level, it means you have a problem, like in your head, I guess.
Yeah, somebody also said, like I'm seeing, last month an Argentinian woman was arrested in Brazil for making monkey sound to a restaurant employee. When Brazil team played in Argentina, it is just unbelievable how much racism they suffer. So Argentinian has a history of this.
Yeah, as I was saying before, it's just weird, right? It's like I just don't get why people get to go down to that level. It's like don't you feel like if you were making monkey sounds, wouldn't you like step back and look at yourself like
how stupid you look?
Yeah, you look stupid, right? You'd be like, bro, I'm a grown ass man making monkey noises at my big age to somebody. Like I look stupid.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is they don't understand that when they are making these jokes, it's like joking about themselves. Because if you take a monkey and you will shave it, you will look at how a monkey looks like. Like, and you have to understand the primate. It's so stupid. They're making it's like trying to make a connection with a connection that's not really a connection but because beneath it all, they're just making themselves look so dumb. To be honest, it's
It's stupid, man. It's stupid.
yeah,
Like
it's
you have,
stupid.
for example, that woman. She probably wishes she had a darker skin color. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you know when
exactly.
you go
In
to like the tan
Brazil,
country,
yeah,
she'll walk past Brazilians. She'll be like, "Oh, she's got beautiful like caramel skin. Let me try and get that as well." And then at the same time, you're making monkey noises. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
so again, and the stupidity though, Rams, check this. She, at what cost? Just like you were saying, at benefit, the only at the cost of she being arrested. How stupid can you be?
That's the worst way to get arrested, you know. Like for me, if I get arrested, at least I want to get arrested like, you know, I don't know, like Pablo Escobar or something, you know what I mean?
Exactly, Pablo Escobar all the way, you know.
You know what I mean? Like something cool.
Yeah,
Not
some
that.
Miguel Angel, some Miguel Angel, somebody cool. She's serving 5 years. Should be examined everywhere. She's gonna be serving 5 years. Are you serious though?
That's like 5 years of her life just gone like that.
that's
No reason.
that's yeah. But
Imagine you're in bars and every day you're gonna think about if I just didn't call that, if I just didn't make those noises, I wouldn't be here. That's crazy.
that's crazy. To hatred to risk your freedom. Bro, the hate, guys, you have to understand, hate is not just an emotion. It is an emotion, but it also eats you out from the inside. It's and it's become very toxic inside of you. So that's why you have to make sure. That's why, in every religion they try to steer us away from hate. And even when it comes to a lifestyle standpoint, when it comes to your health standpoint, you want to stay away from hate because it's an emotion that's burning, but at the same time, it's an emotion that's just basically toxic from the inside. So
Yeah, I've always noticed, right? The people, I mean, not everyone, but for the most case, the
Yeah.
people who hate on the ones that do really well never go anywhere in life, I find.
Yeah.
Like they're
Yeah.
always just stuck in the same place because they just keep looking at the guys that are doing better than them and they're like, oh, I hate this guy. I hate the way he dresses. I hate the way he does this. I hate the way he does that. And they don't, I guess, look for self-improvement in their own life. They just try to like hate everything about someone and they make it an obsession.
Yeah, exactly. Think about it. Think about it, yo. Think about that you could feel any type of emotions and you can be somewhat logical about it. Vini is Brazil. Yeah. Yeah, Vini is Brazilian. Yeah, I knew this, but okay, let me put it like this. You can feel any type of emotion, and we have one life to live. You're gonna spend it on hating somebody else, though.
Yeah, exactly. You have so much things you could do. And I feel like, right, if you live life with a logical perspective
Yeah.
and just take away the hate, I feel like you're just as successful in everything, right?
Yeah.
Like the people you meet, you're more open-minded, again, logic. The decisions you make, again, are more logic. There's no hate or no, like, malicious feeling making your decisions. Like, if you just think logically and just kind of put hate to the side, a lot of things will work out in your life, man.
True.
Like, I just don't get why. Yeah, it's like, so, some people generally would rather like choose hate instead of working with someone, for example, that actually might be super beneficial or stuff like that. It's just it's
That's what I mean. It's toxic from the inside. It's just basically breaking down people, and it becomes a situation where it's a blind sight. They are hateful. They see it's not working out for them, but they cannot help it but just be hateful.
yeah.
It's a
I
really
saw a comment here, actually. We are all racist, but we all have the same morals.
who said that?
I get that. Because
Okay, all
the
right.
thing is,
Go ahead, Rams.
no, I was gonna say, look, I think everyone might have some racism, maybe like different degrees. Some people might not be racist at all. Some people might be slightly racist, etc. But I think, like, even if you do, I don't know, have a race preference or whatever, I think just keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, even if like you have something in your head, why would you just say it to someone's face? You know what I mean? Like, keep that stuff to yourself. Like, if you got nothing good to say, don't say it.
Don't say it. But that very point of we are all racist, but all have the same moral. First thing first, we don't all have the same morals. Because if we did have the same morals, there wouldn't be a place called what? Prison? There wouldn't be that place because some people are there because again there are people who are there who shouldn't be there, but there are people out there because that's the place that they need to be in order to keep other people safe. But you say everybody is racist, but racist, when you have to try to understand, it is a negative association or connotation when it comes to being racist. But if you're talking about preferring or preference of your race, of your people who looks like you, that's not racist. If you are born, you look at your parents, you look at your mom, you look at you look at your parents, and you want to be around people who looks just like you. How is that racist? It's just like you have a preference. This is who you are most comfortable being around. But if the difference is if you're when you are racist is that you are allowing, you are creating, you are attacking someone based on their based on their ethnicity, based on their skin color. Again, that's how it becomes a hate crime. That's the difference. Or because of their religion. But in this situation, since you're talking about racist, it's because of their race. That's when it becomes racist. Not when yeah.
No, exactly, agreed.
So it's
that's the thing, exactly. It's like you can't blame a Chinese person for like, because I studied with a lot of them in uni. Some of them will stick to each other like, you know, like penguins in a group, you know what I mean? Like they don't, but I don't blame them because at that point I'm like, I get it. Like you were raised there, similar culture, similar. It makes sense. I'm not gonna be there like, oh, yeah, I get it.
It's it's logical.
Yeah, it's logical, exactly. It's only racist at that point, like you said, if, for example, they came up to me and they'd be like, "Oh, why you Muslim? Why are you this color? Why you that? Why are you from here?"
Yeah,
like that makes sense at that point. But then, if I guess if you're comfortable around growing up with the people you're with, there's nothing wrong with that, really.
Yeah,
I guess it's just how you view others is where it starts to get where the moral line starts to go.
Exactly. How you view others and how you interact or behave towards others. Is it in a helpful way or is it in a detrimental way? That's the difference between that. So, like for example, the same Chinese example you just gave. As human being, they grew up in the same culture. They understand each other. They know what to expect. Which means it's logical that they choose the path with least resistance than rather learning a different culture and have to deal with blindside things that they don't understand, nuances that they don't understand. Yeah. So
it can be a headache,
it can be a headache. So they choose the path of least resistance, the path that they know already. So that's pretty much logical. Everybody is number one fan of their race, just different how we express it. Different how we express it. Do you understand what he means by the last part? I understand everyone is number one fan of their race.
Maybe saying like, maybe he means like, for example, if I'm saying, cool, I'm Moroccan, I'm number one fan of Morocco, and then I suddenly go, we're more superior than all of you guys. Maybe that's me expressing it in a very racist way, I guess, rather than, I guess it just depends on how you define yourself. Like if you're from Nigeria and say, oh, we are the superior country in Africa, we're better than all of you, then it's like, oh, okay, I see the way. Or you could just be like, yeah, I'm from Nigeria, you know, I'm open to all these other countries, I have no problems with them, we're all brothers. Then you've expressed it in a more, I guess, moral way without malicious intent, without any bad intent.
Sure, without making anybody feel bad or feel a type of way that is not helpful.
You know what I always say to racists? Like I always say this, number one, it's a very boring world if you're racist. Because if you travel the world, and you go to all these different countries and explore cultures and food and tradition and music, all this stuff, I feel like your life just becomes so much better, right? You get to explore different places. You get to like look forward to do something. If you're really racist, especially to lots and lots of countries, you start to close that, and you just live this boring life where it's like just closed mindset that would just never open.
True. It's and it's to add on that, it's you missing, they are missing out a lot, but the fact of the matter is it's like some of these people who just see things black and white, not understanding that the world has yellow, it has brown, it has so many different colors. And it's called the world for a reason, meaning that everything is and in one thing, in one globe, there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different cultures to explore. How are you gonna actually fully understand a culture if you have a closed mind about it already? If you already have a mindset of they are like this and like that, and like, basically having a racist viewpoint of them, which mean it's like looking through the world with that sort of lens is gonna always produce that sort of result as well. Because if you are racist, you look at the world through a racist lens, and you're gonna see everything in that way that confirm your way of seeing things.
There's a good thing you can do that they were always talking about. If you take a black man, a Chinese man, an Arab, a white Caucasian man, just take a whole mix and throw them on a deserted island to survive. Any kind of differences they had at that point pretty much is in the bin.
Sure.
Because suddenly they're trying to survive together. Suddenly they're having conversations. Suddenly they start talking about life. So it's like the minute you kind of take them away from modern day and put them in a situation of extreme, suddenly any thoughts that they had is just gone. So it's funny to see, like, you can be racist, but then the minute your life's on the line, or like you're in a situation where you're away from your usual environment, suddenly stuff starts changing.
So it's almost like saying being racist is a luxury, a luxury, because because let's say, for example, just like what you just said, people who are truly in need, the moment that you are truly in need and you need to be your survival is the only thing in the line, then racist is really, you focus on competence rather than the racist situation itself.
Suddenly, if I'm dangling from a cliff and there's a black man that I was, I don't know, racist to, for example, before, if I'm dying for my life, suddenly I'm not gonna, be rude. I'm gonna be like, oh, please, no, you're my brother. It's funny, right? It's like the switch up.
True. It's gonna be a switch up. That's when you're gonna recognize what's important, because all of it. Somebody was saying at the beginning is a distraction, but I do understand it is a form of distraction. But again, we have to understand the games are distraction to a degree, if that's what you want to say about. If for people who think it's a distraction, the grand scheme of it is a distraction. So that's a distraction within the distraction. But all I would say about it is that for us, it might be a distraction, but for Vini, for the players, it's work, it's a job. And that job, the environment in certain situations, certain times like this, is a toxic environment. And many people have dealt with, with environment and their work that is also becoming toxic, because we can relate this to, just like us in our normal lives. When it comes to working, we can have a toxic coworker, or the environment can be very much toxic. This can be related to just normal life as well.
That's the thing. It's not a great feeling, right? Because imagine you went into work and your manager calls you that, and it's just that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, for these guys, it's their job, it's their profession, it's their work. So that's the last thing you want to do. That's the last thing you want to come to. Imagine you've had a long day, you decide to go into the office, you do some work, and somebody says that to you. It's just
it's a lot of crap.
A lot of crap, exactly.
A
lot of stuff to sort out. But
anyway, Rams,